Good day, scholars. Today I'm going to show you how to add a door to your house. So you should have, right, you should have at least two entrances to your house here. And you can tell I'm not completely finished with my floor plan here, but this is fine for us to get started with to figure out how to make a door. So I'm going to show you how to make a front door here. The same sort of technique I'm going to use can be applied to a rear door, and you can also kind of cut out a garage door as well. So we'll do this pretty quickly. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to find a door that I want to put here. Okay, so I'm going to go over here on the right side, and you will see this 3D warehouse, right? And I'm going to search in this 3D warehouse for, believe it or not, the word door. I'm going to find a door. So I'm going to choose this one. This one looks like a nice exterior door. There are other ones with different stuff. You choose what you want, but I'm going to choose this one. And it's going to download it. It's going to take a little bit. And once it's downloaded, you'll be able to place it. Now, I got lucky here. So I'm just going to put mine right here out in front of my house. I got lucky in that this door is automatically already parallel with my wall here that I want to put the door on. If you need to angle your door, like let's say I wanted to put my door over here, right? If I wanted to put my door over here, okay, I would need to rotate it. So let me show you how to do that. So if you have it selected, right? So if you don't have it selected, you can use the selection tool that's up here, okay? Or you can hit space to get it, and you can click and drag to highlight the object you want to select. And once you have it selected, over here are your movement tools. So this one, if you click on that, will let you move it around, okay? And a tip about that is grab on the point that you want it, right? And then that will usually put it on the ground of where you're at. So like if I wanted this to be up here, sometimes it will kind of mush around and I can like put it on the ground and then I'll go further. If you wanted to do that for whatever reason, you could, but I'm going to bring it upwards here. So it is on this edge now. That's completely fine with me. I'm going to move it out a little bit just so I can work with it. The other tool here is a rotation tool. That's important, right? So you can rotate. This rotation tool works by selecting 2 points. So first off, if we look at the protractor that is created here, right? If I clicked here and here, it will rotate it along the flat plane of that protractor, okay? So I don't need to do this with the door, obviously. So I'm going to keep that flat. But if I wanted to rotate it so it fits on this wall, I could go on the top of the model here, and you'll notice that the protractor is now flat on top of the model if it doesn't freeze on me. And if I select 2 points that give me that flat protractor, it will then allow me to change the angle of it. So there I have it. That's how I change the angle if I'm putting it onto an angled wall. But I'm gonna keep mine flat. Okay, so I'm just gonna move mine over here, and I'm gonna put it on this wall here. So how do I go about doing this? So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm just going to put the wall right here, or not the wall, put the door right here, and I'm gonna deselect it. Okay. And I'm going to grab a rectangle. So I'm going to go to the rectangle and I'm going to create a rectangle about where I want my door. And I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. But I'm going to make it larger than the door that I'm putting in. So I'm eyeballing it right now. I'm going to click. I'm happy with that. And I'm going to take my push-pull tool and I'm going to push that through. And now I have a hole for my door. So now I'm going to hit space again and I'm going to select my door. And I'm going to move it with the move tool into that hole. Okay, and I'm just going to try and get it. Okay, look. Okay, I'm happy with that. So now you're going to be like, okay, there's giant holes on either side of the door. How do we fix that? We fix that by moving the walls. I'm going to pull the walls into the door here. The way to do that is the same way that we moved the actual door. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my selection tool up here again. Okay, it's up here. And I'm going to hold shift and I'm going to select these 2 lines of the door. All right. And then I'm going to go to my move tool and I'm going to select my move tool and I'm going to pull those to the door. All right. I'm just going to try and bring them close. Boom. There we go. Hit space to deselect. Okay. And we are good to go on that side. Same thing with this one. I'm going to hold shift, select those 2 lines of the wall, grab my move tool, bring it inwards to the door. And it might freak out. Just keep holding onto the mouse click, okay? There we go. I might have pulled that in a little bit too close. That looks good. That looks good. Okay, again, I'm going to hit space to go to my selection tool. I'm going to click off to deselect, and I'm going to select these two lines and hold shift so I have both of them. Grab the move tool, and I'm going to bring it down. Okay, so now I've got my door in place. So to make this look a little fancier, there's a few ways you can do this. I'm going to do this. Okay, so I'm going to grab my offset tool, and I'm going to offset a line on this door just a little bit. But I don't want this entire place to be outlined, so I'm going to delete these other ones I don't want with my eraser. So I just hit E to get my eraser, and now I'm erasing those lines. And then I'm going to grab my line tool by hitting L, and I'm going to extend those lines to the bottom. Now what I can do is I can grab my push-pull tool, and I can pull that out a little bit. Just a little bit, not a bunch, just a little bit so it looks like a nice kind of little entryway. And if you want to get fancy with it, you can start adding some stuff. You can put a little design on top. Maybe you could add like a little place for like a doorbell or something. I don't know. I'm gonna add a little thing for like a doorbell. I think that would be cute. It'll make it look nice. Boom. Circle. Uh-oh. It doesn't have to be perfect, you know, it's just kind of for fun. I'm gonna pull that out a little bit. I'm gonna pull that out a little bit. Now I got a little doorbell. Look at that. That's nice. So that's how you make a door. It doesn't have to look perfect, but do your best to get a nice looking door and have it kind of push around on there to make it look like it is seamless.